Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's class. Today is another self-love routine. So just focusing on sending our minds, bodies, and spirits so much love through our movement and through our practice on our mat today. And today we're actually going to start laying down on our backs. So coming all the way down, we're going to reach the legs all the way out and then the arms all the way up. Close the eyes, take a deep breath in through the nose, release with a sigh. One more deep breath in through the nose, release with a sigh. And then just taking a moment to arrive, feeling the stretch through the spine, from the toes all the way to the fingers, through the body. Allowing yourself to be present to this moment and to arrive on your mat today. And setting the group intention to focus on loving ourselves through our movement and honoring our bodies and where we're at. Okay, on the inhale, we're going to take the hands and the feet all the way to the right-hand side. So you kind of make like a little bit of a banana shape. Just getting a stretch through the side body. So reaching out, toes and fingertips, kind of having that curve, that banana-like curve on the side of the body. Continuing to breathe here. Our next inhale takes us back to center and then on to the other side. So feet and arms will go towards the left, making that banana shape with the body, feeling that deep stretch through the right side. Okay, next inhale will take you back to center. We're going to bend the knees and bring them in towards the chest. Bringing the hands to the knees, we're going to roll or take clockwise circles with the knees, which is going to massage out the lower back. Especially if you're on a hard floor, feel the tightness and the tension releasing. Going in the other direction. Okay, pausing in the center. And now doing an Apanasana flow with the knees. So on the inhale, we're going to use the hands to press the knees all the way out. On the exhale, pulling them in towards the body. Inhale to press them out. Exhale, pulling them in. So continuing a few of these at the pace of your own breath. Just slowly connecting the mind, the body, and the breath through your movement. Two more here. Okay, inhaling the knees in, we're going to straighten the legs up toward the sky, release the hands, and just take some circles with the ankles and the wrists, making sure you're going in both directions. And so shaking everything out. And then we're slowly going to come up into a seated position. We'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, coming to the right-hand side, holding here. Continuing to breathe as we feel the stretch through the side body. Sending love all the way down the body to the area where we feel that stretch. Inhale takes you back to center. Exhale, other side. Pausing here. Continuing to breathe. And really bringing our awareness and sending love to all of the parts of our body that we're stretching today. Inhale takes you back to center. From here, we're going to take some half rolls with the neck. So we'll inhale at center. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin back to chest. So just taking a few of these neck rolls, again at the pace of your own breath. Sending love to the back of the neck, sending love as you might feel some cracks. And just knowing through this movement, you're choosing to love your body, to release tension. Okay, one more each side. And finding stillness in the center. Coming onto all fours, we'll begin a cat-cow flow. So the hands are directly under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. On the inhale, we'll expand open the chest forward. On the exhale, tucking the chin into the chest, rounding the spine. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, rounding the spine. Always an option to close your eyes, making this a moving meditation, allowing the breath to guide you through the movement. And again, with each breath, sending love to all the areas of your body that are in motion. Okay, two more here. Pausing in the center. We're going to walk the hands out, straightening the arms. Hips will stay lifted above the knees, and then bringing the forehead down to the ground. So this is heart opening pose. So bowing towards the ground, bowing towards the earth. Sending love to the earth that supports us. And sending love to ourselves as we bow humbly on our mats. Finding love and gratitude for self for showing up on your mat today. On the inhale, we're going to take the right arm and weave it underneath. Exhaling as you put the shoulder down. And the gaze will follow the extended arm. Let's inhale, takes you back to center. Exhale, switching side, left arm will weave underneath. Okay, inhale takes you back to center. Two more deep cleansing and loving breaths here in heart melting pose. And slowly walking the hands up, separating the knees to a comfortable distance. Heels come together. We'll shift back into child's pose. So bringing the head down toward the ground. Feeling the stretch through the hips. Option to shift the weight from side to side until you get settled into the position. Continuing to breathe here again, sending love through the spine, all the way down to the root, and back up again. Walking the hands slowly up, bringing the knees together. We're going to tuck the back toes and just slightly sit on them. So getting a stretch through the bottoms of the feet. We're going to inhale the arms up behind the head, clasping the fingers. And from here, we're just going to press slightly the head into the arms, getting a stretch through the neck and the upper back. So looking up toward the sky. Again, opening and shining that heart forward. As you inhale, inhaling love into the body, love for self. And as you exhale, sending it back out into the world. On your next inhale, untucking toes, releasing the arms, then sitting back on the tops of our feet. So getting a stretch now to the tops of the feet. We'll inhale the arms behind, opening up the chest. On the exhale, diving forward, bringing the arms up ahead. So diving forward as much as you can. Arms come above, opening up the heart, the chest, the upper back. Okay, slowly coming up on the inhale, coming back into all fours. We're going to extend the right leg out behind us and then open up the hip, bending the knee, taking a few circles in one direction, and then going in the other direction. And then squaring the hips back off, extending the leg, and then bringing it all the way forward for a low lunge. We'll plant the left arm forward. Right arm will reach up toward the sky for a twist. Holding here. Continuing to breathe. And then slowly releasing and coming up into that low lunge. Option to bring the hands to the hips, to heart center, or all the way up toward the sky. Shifting that weight forward. Feeling the deep stretch. Dropping shoulders from the ears and powerfully reaching the arms up if they're lifted. Again, opening up, radiating that chest forward, and sending that love out into the world. Taking a deep inhale here on the exhale, shifting the weight back, straightening the front leg. Just bringing the hands down to frame the foot. Holding here. Option to grab toes with opposite hand, pulling them in towards the body just to shift the stretch into the back of the calf. Coming forward, we'll swing the right leg around and go onto the other side. So we'll first lift the left leg up straight. We're going to bend the knee, open up the hip, and take a few circles in either direction. Okay, straightening out the leg, squaring the hip off, and then bringing the leg forward into that low lunge. This time, right hand will plant, left arm will reach all the way up toward the sky for the twist. Deep inhale here. Exhale slowly, releasing, coming up into that low lunge. Again, hands can come to hips, heart center, or all the way up toward the sky. Finding what works best for you and loving where you're at today. Continuing to breathe as we hold the pose. Deep inhale here on the exhale, straighten the leg, hands come down to frame the foot. So option to stay here or grab toes with the opposite fingers, pulling the foot in towards the body. Getting that deep stretch through the back of the leg. On the next inhale, coming back onto all fours. And then planting the hands, and we're going to lift into a downward dog. So shifting the weight back, pressing the chest through the shoulders. Feet are hip width distance apart, hands are about shoulder width distance apart. And just feeling the strength of the pose. Continuing to breathe. From here, we're going to lift the right leg behind. And then on the exhale, we're going to bring the leg all the way forward. And we're going to go into a high lunge this time. So once you find your balance, coming up into this higher crescent lunge, we call it. So hips are face forward, toes are face forward, deep bend in that front knee. And then when you're ready, again, hands can come to hips, heart center, or reach all the way up toward the sky. Settling in here, continuing to breathe. We'll inhale here at center. On the exhale, we're going to bow forward, bringing the arms behind us. Inhale to come up. Exhale, diving forward. 2 more. Exhale. Coming back to center. We're going to straighten that front leg and then twist into a warrior 2. So the back foot will become parallel to the back edge of the mat. Deep bend in the front knee. Inhale, arms come up. We'll hold here. On the next inhale, flipping the palms up. Exhale, exalted warrior. So coming back, bringing the arm up. Back hand comes down to the back of the leg. Deep inhale here. Exhale, releasing back into warrior 2. Windmilling the arms down and sending the right leg back into a downward dog. Pausing here for a breath. We'll go on to the other side. So we'll inhale the left leg up high behind. Exhale, bringing it forward for lunge. So coming up once you've found your balance. Then again, hands can come to the hips, to heart center, or all the way up toward the sky. Finding stillness and strength in the pose here before adding the movement. We'll inhale here at center. On the exhale, tilting the chest forward, arms float back. Inhale to come up. Exhale, arms float back. 2 more. Okay, holding here on the inhale. Again, feeling the strength through the pose. And then from here, we're going to pivot that back foot and find ourselves in warrior 2. So adjusting your footing as needed. And then inhaling the arms up. Holding strong here. Sending love down through the legs. On the inhale, opening up the palms. And then exhale, exalted warrior. So finding love for the body, for its strength. Okay, inhale, coming back to center. Holding here for a breath. And then exhale, windmilling the arms down. And coming back into a downward dog. And from here, we're going to go into pigeon pose. So option to do full pigeon, or you can do reclined pigeon on your back. Inhale the right leg up behind. On the exhale, we're going to bring the knee all the way behind the wrists, untucking the back toes. An option to stay here, or option to fold all the way down, bringing the forehead to the ground for full pigeon. So loving where you're at and meeting yourself where you're at today and taking whatever pigeon works best for you. Continuing to breathe, sending love to your hips, that area where you feel the deepest stretch. With every inhale, sending love to that area. And with every exhale, relaxing and grounding into the pose. Breathing through the tightness, through the discomfort as you release with your exhale. On the inhale, slowly walking the hands up. Option to pull the back foot in towards the body. You can take the left hand to pull it in more, just to get a stretch through the back of the front of the quad, I should say. Deep inhale here. Exhale, slowly release. We'll press back up into our downward dog and go on to the other side. So we'll inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bending the knee, bringing it behind the front wrists. Untucking the back toes and finding pigeon on the other side. So first finding your balance between both sides, and an option to dive all the way forward into pigeon, bringing the forehead down to the ground. Again, continuing to breathe through the discomfort and loving yourself through the discomfort. And allowing your breath and your exhale to access that release. Bringing your awareness to your breath, sending love to the area where you feel the stretch. On your next inhale, slowly using your arms to press you up. And from here, option to tuck the back foot in towards the body. You can stay here, or you can reach around and grab it with the right arm, pulling it in towards the body for a quadricep stretch. Continuing to breathe as you stretch. Slowly releasing. We're going to take the hands and actually come into a squat position. So whatever you need to do to get there, whatever your squat looks like today. Getting the feet all the way down if that's within your practice today, or you can stay up on the toes slightly. We're going to inhale the hands to heart center. And find our balance here as we use the elbows to press the knees out and find our squat. Option to move from side to side, so shifting that weight from side to side, really feeling the stretch through the hips. And then eventually finding stillness in the center. You can always put your hands down if you need to help you in the squat, or bringing them to heart center, or up here, whatever works for you today. Continuing to breathe. And slowly bringing the hands behind, we'll come into a seated position. So We're going to start with putting the left leg on the ground, right leg comes on top of it for a stretch here. So your knees may be a little bit apart, or if you can, straightening the spine. We're going to inhale and bending one arm. You're going to use the other hand to help press the arm down. So bending the right arm, left arm comes up. And then pressing the neck slowly into the hand. Continuing to breathe. Again, sending the love to all the areas of the body that we're moving and stretching today. Deep inhale here. Exhale, release. Other side. This time, left leg comes on top. Left arm reaches up, bends, and over. So holding this, looking up, pressing the head into the neck. Continuing to breathe as we feel the stretch through the body. Deep inhale here. Exhale, release. We're going to slightly open up the legs here and just take a few circles with the torso. Starting in one direction. And slowly going into the other direction. Just really stretching out the lower back. Okay, inhaling to center. We're going to come onto our backs, ending where we began, where we started today. We're going to bend the knees in toward and plant the feet, bending the knees, slightly tucking the shoulders underneath each other, so underneath the chest. And then on the inhale, pressing into the base of our feet, we're going to lift the hips up toward the sky for a bridge pose. And we'll start a little bit of flow. So we'll inhale here. On the exhale, bringing the hips back down. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, coming down. 2 more. On this last one, holding the hips up. Option to bring the hands underneath, clasping them underneath, really opening up the chest. Making sure to keep your gaze at the ceiling, so not turning as you're in this position. Okay, taking a deep inhale here. On the exhale, slowly releasing the hips back down toward the ground. And we're going to pull the legs in for happy baby. So grabbing the outside edges of each foot, bringing the legs out to the side. If you can't reach, you can always grab your ankles, whatever works for you today. And then option to shift the weight from side to side. Again, massaging out the lower back. Okay, tucking the knees into the chest. We're going to bring the feet together and then allow the knees to open up. Allowing the arms to come by your side. So just find a heart opening pose. And focusing here back to the breath. And as you inhale, I want you to inhale all of the love you have into your body, in through the nose, down through the throat, into your heart space, and all the way down to the root of your spine. And then slowly exhaling it back out into the world. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. And then keeping the eyes closed here. Slowly bringing the left hand on the heart, the right hand on top to meet it. And I want you to inhale to that space. Inhale love. Feel the heart and the chest expand as you inhale. And then exhale, send it back out into the world. 2 more times, inhaling love right into your heart. Exhale. Last time, inhaling. And this time, exhale with an audible sigh. And then silently repeating after me. I am love. I let love in. I am kind to myself. I am at peace. Okay, slowly bringing the knees in together, rolling over to your side, using the arms to come up. And that was class for today. I hope you all enjoyed it and continue to choose to send yourself love today and every day. And make those tiny commitments, daily commitments to yourself, to show yourself love, to take care of you, mind, body, and spirit. Namaste.